Jork.
Jack.
Jack. Good for you.
Thanks.
Listen, Ann Landers is dead.
Yeah, I know. Too soon.
She died, Jack.
Yeah,
she
she did.
was an advice columnist. She was legendary, and they need a replacement.
Ooh.
And they're looking for someone who can offer advice to people who have problems and questions. And I think you're the man for that, and that is why I've got you some Jacklanders auditions.
Well, that's fantastic. I give great advice. I think all my friends, probably you included, well, you're more of a colleague, but would definitely sort of say that I give great advice that just comes out from my own brain.
Yeah, well, I mean, you don't even have to worry about that part because you have a bunch of advice givers who will tell you what to say. You're basically just a face. You're a figurehead.
Okay, so I'm a news anchor.
You're like an anchor. You're just repeating what they say. I just sent you a letter to Jacklanders, and I would love for you to read it.
Okay,
and they want you to deliver this letter in a professional manner, Jack.
Okay,
you can't laugh.
And if I laugh, that means I don't get the job.
You don't get the gig. Yeah. So let's do this.
Okay, here we go. I'm ready. I've not read this ever.
Yeah, take it away.
Okay, here we go.
Jacklanders.
Dear Jacklanders, Lucas and I have been friends since childhood, but recently I've started to think he's a bad influence on me, and I'd like your opinion on what I should do. As kids, Lucas used to goad me into doing things like skipping school to go see Star Wars, writing graffiti in the boys' room, or eating a salamander.
Shoot.
As we got older, his idea of a fun prank grew, and next thing you know, I was hot wiring minivans, doing donuts on Mr. Moriarty's perfectly manicured lawn, or decapitating the statue of Martin Van Buren, 8th President of the United States. I started to think Lucas might be no good in 1986 when he thought it would be hilarious to compromise the O-ring on the Space Shuttle Challenger's right solid rocket booster. Wanting to win his favor, I dutifully chipped away at it with a hammer and screwdriver. It was only later that day when the shuttle came crashing down that I started to think maybe Lucas was irresponsible. The second wake-up call was in 2003 when Lucas had me remove some of the heat shield tiles from the Space Shuttle Columbia. Only after I heard that it disintegrated in the atmosphere did I begin to think that Lucas was at it again. And, once again, wanting to stay friends, I said nothing. Lucas's most recent request might have been the straw that broke the camel's back. And even though it didn't sound right, to win Lucas's respect, I agreed to sit on Betty White's chest for what seemed like an eternity. Lo and behold, I come to learn that that was the same night that she passed away. I can't help but think I might be responsible, and that Lucas is the one who put me up to it. Is it time to cut my ties with this mischievous Lucas? Signed, Obedient to a Fault. Dear Obedient, go back to your childhood and think about all the adventure and experiences Lucas has brought into your life. Now, try and imagine what your life would be like if you didn't have someone like Lucas in it. I'd say your life would be duller and have less sparkle. In fact, I don't know you well, but you probably would have killed yourself because of boredom. So, you can look at Lucas as a bad influence, or you can look at him as a good, lifelong friend who brought adventure and new experiences into your life. The choice is yours, Butt Munch. Sincerely. Signed, Jacklanders.
Darn. Well, that's not going to be the one that lands you the role of Jacklanders. You all right?
Yeah, why would my writers call him a butt munch at the end?
I guess, he doesn't appreciate what he has in Lucas, the good friend that Lucas is.
Man, I feel like maybe a 12-year-old wrote that.
I just sent you a second one. There's another chance for you. Another chance for you.
By the way, that Faithful to a Fault or whatever his name was, I mean, he's a murderer.
It sounds like a lot of the stuff he did resulted in death.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess maybe a manslaughter. I don't know.
Yeah, that might.
I don't know law.
No, I know you don't. Okay, I just got the second Jacklanders article in my inbox right now. I've never read it.
Okay.
All right.
Take it away, Jack. Landers.
Dear Jacklanders, I'm hoping you can help me because I don't have anyone I can trust or turn to. I'm feeling really down because I'm starting to feel that I'm not very good at my job. At first, I was able to shrug it off. But the more time passes and the less I have to show for it, the more I worry that I was hired not because of my particular talents, but because I ticked off a bunch of boxes. So the reality is that my hiring was strictly cynical and for the optics only. Right now, my boss barely talks to me, and when he does, it's all superficial stuff like, what day is it, and who are you again? I don't get assigned anything of substance. The projects I'm tasked with are fairly banal. Banal? It's as though I'm just a token, and having served that purpose, they just want me out of the way. I get a sense that my coworkers don't respect me, and all of our customers seem to have a low opinion of me and think I'm an empty vessel. Don't get me wrong, the job has some great perks. I get free medical. I travel for free by private jet to very low-level meetings. There's free food and lodging. But I can't help feel that this is not what I expected. I haven't felt this down on myself since the primaries, when I came in dead last. I suppose that should have been the hint, but I have a heck of a lot of motivation and drive, even to the point of putting Willie Brown's putts... God. Even to the point of putting Willie Brown's putts duster in my hoo-ha. I wish I could... I wish I could say I gotta go because I have work to do, but I don't. I'm just going to play Wordle and have myself a little cackle when I solve it. Signed, Now You Know How Dan Quayle Felt. Dear Now I Know How Dan Quayle Felt. No matter how successful one is, it's not uncommon to be plagued by insecurities, especially if one knows they're well-deserved. Come November, there won't be much for you to do, and you'll be free to pursue your dreams, as long as they're not in the realm of governance. My suggestion is to kick back, enjoy some of the free wine, and bide time until you're asked to hop on your jet to have a little chat with a third-tier delegate from Bangladesh. Signed, Jacklanders.
Well, you came close.
It was close.
You came close. You almost landed the role of figurehead Jacklanders, advice columnist.
Man, it's like there are just two little hiccups in there. That weird putts line.
Putts duster?
Putts duster.
Weird.
It is weird.
I just sent you a third chance. You have a third chance. They're willing to give you 3 chances to be the new figurehead Jacklanders, advice columnist.
Well, that's what they say about chances. They come in. It's a rule of 3.
Comedy and chances, and celebrities dying. They come in 3s.
That's right. Okay, I'm ready. I just got it. I've opened it.
Okay, take her away, Jacklanders.
Thank you, dear Jacklanders. I hope you can help me because I'm at my wit's end and I need some advice from someone who isn't named Bob. Here's my dilemma. For the past 8 months, I've been dating a wonderful girl who goes by Bob. I have no doubts that Bob could be marriage material, although I don't want to rush things because my brother Bob, not my girlfriend, rushed into marriage a few years back. And before you can say Bob, they were divorced. And boy, was it ugly. Anyway, because of Bob, my brother's experience... Bob, my girlfriend, and I agreed to take things slow. Over these last few months, I've watched my feelings for Bob, my girlfriend, not brother, blossom, and I'm starting to think Bob could be a keeper. The problem is that the other night, I met an old acquaintance from high school at Bob's bar. Bob, the bar owner, not Barba. Not my brother or my girlfriend. Bob, my acquaintance from high school, not my brother or girlfriend or the owner of the bar. Moved out of town a long time ago, and I hadn't seen him since. But now Bob was back in town for the funeral of Bob, a guy we went to high school with, not my acquaintance or girlfriend or brother or the bar owner. Bob, the bar owner, kept the drinks flowing, and Bob and I were catching up and talking. At some point, Bob, my acquaintance, not the bar owner or my brother or girlfriend, told me that while he was ostensibly in town for Bob's funeral, our high school friend, not my brother or girlfriend of the bar owner, he was also in town because he'd been invited by Bob, my girlfriend, not my brother, the bar owner, or the dead guy from school. I was stunned. Here I was thinking that Bob, my girlfriend, not the bar owner, my acquaintance, my brother, or the dead guy, was serious with me to the point where I was considering marriage. And yet, I come to learn that Bob, my girlfriend, was possibly seeing Bob, my acquaintance, not my brother, bar owner, or the dead guy. Obviously, I didn't say anything to Bob, my acquaintance, but Bob, the bar owner, says, give Bob a chance. Bob, my brother, says to dump Bob, and Bob, the dead guy, stayed silent because he's in heaven with Bob Dole. Please tell me what I should do. Signed, Despondent and Dedham. Dear Despondent and Dedham, Bob's right. Signed, Jacklanders.
Yeah. Ugh, darn. Really thought you were going to get that one.
Yeah.
Totally thought you were going to plow right through that and without a hitch.
No, I know. It proved to be a little bit difficult. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah, so many Bobs.
It's a lot of Bobs, right? So that wasn't just me?
No, it was Bob's your uncle. I agree.
Okay, I didn't want to say anything, but it seemed like a lot.
No, there's a lot of strange. Dedham is a strange town in Massachusetts.
Well, I was more focused on the Bob part of the letter, but okay, great. Well, doggone it, Brian. I failed again.
It's okay. One of these days you will get it. And we're going to get some scratch, and you'll be a famous advice columnist.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you can settle for your 15th dream.
Well, review us and all that?
I guess.
Questionable Material with Jack and Brian. Subscribe on any podcast platform. Watch our clips on YouTube. Visit us at qmpodcast.com.